say this is number 16, and I realized that I have not done a South American country yet. I think I've done every other continent, but none in South America. So I was like, I have to do a South American one. And the first one that was requested was Argentina. So today we're doing facts and trivia questions about Argentina. So yeah, I'm going to start with some basic facts. I'll do some more fun facts and then trivia questions. So stay tuned and listen to the facts because a lot of times they help with the trivia questions. So let's get started. The population of Argentina is about 46 million people. The capital is Buenos Aires, with a population of about 15 million people. Wow, that's like a third of the population. The name Argentina means land of silver. The government is a democracy. The languages spoken are Spanish, Italian, English, German, French, and many indigenous languages. The religion is mainly Christians, about 92% Roman Catholics. The currency is the Argentine peso. And the national symbol of Argentina is the Son of May. Interesting. I guess that's what's on the flag, the Son of May. Okay, some more interesting ones. Argentina produced the world's first animated feature film in 1917. Move over, Disney. There's another legendary animator that few of us have even heard of. The first feature-length cartoon was made by Quirino Cristiani in 1917. The 70-minute film El Apostol told the story of high levels of corruption and immorality in Argentina at the time. Very interesting. Yerba mate, not sure, is the most popular drink in Argentina. If you visit Argentina, you'll constantly see people sipping this caffeine-infused drink through a metal straw. Interesting. I wonder what it tastes like. Argentina is home to both the highest and lowest points of the southern hemisphere. Mount Aconcagua, located in Mendoza, marks the highest point of the southern hemisphere. The mountain is one of the 7 summits of the 7 continents. Let's see, in contrast, the lowest point is Laguna del Carbon, a salt lake that sits in the Santa Cruz province. That's a very cool fact. The capital of Argentina, Buenos Aires, translates to the good airs or fair winds. I did know that one. Argentina is the king of beef, but this is changing. Beef is an integral part of Argentinian cuisine, and the country is littered with steakhouses, just waiting to serve you up a juicy slab of meat. Argentine beef has become so famous that it is served the world over, known for its tenderness. Annual consumption of beef across the country in 2020 worked out to be about 50 kilograms Argentina's most famous freedom fighter, Che Guevara's name was actually Ernesto Guevara. I don't know how you say that. I don't know. Government officials banned parents from naming their children Messi in the football star's hometown. It's pretty much impossible to talk about Argentina and not mention football. After all, Argentina are regular World Cup contenders. Legendary sportsman Lionel Messi has inspired millions across the world, and nowhere more so than in his hometown of Rosario in Argentina. So, you can no longer name your son Messi. That's funny. In his hometown. Argentina is the home of tango, arguably one of the most famous Latin American dances. The tango is known for its passion and intensity and originated in Buenos Aires during the 19th century. Pato is the national sport of Argentina. It might be soccer that springs to mind when you first think of sports in Argentina, but astonishingly, pato became the national sport in 1953. Upon first glance, the sport looks a little bourgeoisie. It's played on horseback, after all. However, it has a long history in the gaucho community. It combines skills taken from polo and basketball. Pretty cool. 97% of Argentinians have European roots. That's interesting. It says the vast majority are Spaniards and Italians. The remains of the largest known dinosaur were discovered in Argentina. Very cool. Pope Francis used to work as a nightclub bouncer in Buenos Aires. I love that. A nightclub bouncer. Football legend Maradona has inspired a religion. When it comes to godlike figures in Argentina, Maradona sits right up there next to the Virgin Mary and the Pope. Most known for his Hand of God goal against England in the 1986 World Cup, Maradona's mad football skills inspired such wonder that a church and religion has been created in his name. The church, located in Rosario, was opened in 1998 by a small collection of Maradona fans. The religion has been well thought out, and it even has its own set of 10 commandments, including name your first son Diego, and the ball is never soiled. That's crazy. Argentina sent a pregnant woman to Antarctica in 1977 to try and stake claim to a part of the continent. What? At the time of her journey, she was 7 months pregnant with her son. He was the first person ever born in Antarctica. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. Argentina went through 5 presidents in just 10 days. During the economic crisis in 2001, the country experienced one of its darkest times. Bank accounts needed to be frozen, and the Argentine peso plummeted in value. As a result, people went into revolt numerous people were killed. In response to the unrest, the president resigned. From this point onward, there was much political instability, and a further 4 presidents took over the role in the subsequent 10 days. Wow. That would be pretty crazy for, like, the people. Previously, Britain had helped to make Argentina one of the richest countries in the world. In the early 20th century, Britain helped Argentina to achieve its wealthy status. Investors and migrants built the country's railways, started the first football club, and even opened the first and only Harrods department store outside the UK in 1912. Interesting. The first ever use of fingerprinting for identification occurred in Argentina in 1892. That's cool. The first ever time that fingerprinting was used. That's very cool. Let's see. Argentina invented radio broadcasting. The country's first broadcast was made in August 1920, and at the time only 20 people had a receiver. Wow, nice. Eat gnocchi on the 29th of each month. It's an Argentinian tradition to eat gnocchi, potato dumplings, on the 29th of each month, a habit probably introduced by Italian immigrants. That's pretty cool. I didn't know there was a lot of gnocchi in Argentina. Argentina has one of the biggest film industries in the Spanish-speaking world. They also have the highest number of plastic surgeries. More than 30% of its women undergo some form of eating disorder. That's very sad. It says it's one of the most looks-conscious countries. I wouldn't have thought that. Argentina has the most psychologists per capita. Recent studies show that there are 145 psychologists per 100,000 residents. Interesting. Let's see if we can find some more facts. Some of these were just repeats from, like, other articles. Argentina has the best steak in the world. That's kind of like one of the other facts about Australian beef. Evita was the first woman to appear on the currency. The most well-known is the one famously depicted by gay icon Madonna, Evita Perón. Depending on who you ask, the subject of political figures like Evita is sure to ignite quite an enthusiastic response of some sort. Alrighty. Again, some of these are repeats. Argentinians eat very late. Dinner doesn't get going until well after 9 p.m. and goes on till the early hours of the next day. Interesting. Yeah, I eat at like 5 p.m. my dinner. But I feel like a lot of countries eat very late, especially like Hispanic countries. I don't know. Argentina has a very unique Spanish accent. Learning Spanish in Argentina is so rewarding. The country has its own unique pronunciation, which is quite dramatic, thanks to its strong Italian influence. Interesting. Soda siphon is served at every restaurant table. The words bad wine and Argentina just don't belong in the same sentence. The country is the world's 5th largest producer, with Argentinian Malbec one of the most famous. So they serve wine with every meal. Oh. Okay, let's read the rest of this fact. Historically, it wasn't like that at all. Until methods improved in the 1990s, wine producers were more concerned about quantity over quality, rendering most of the wine produced inexportable. It was so bad that sparkling water in a siphon was commonly served alongside the wine to mix it and mask the flavor. Obviously, this is no longer the case. Bad wine just doesn't exist in Argentina. Trust us, after your obligatory wine travels around Mendoza, you'll see what we mean. However, the culture of mixing soda water with wine prevails in Argentina. Therefore, expect to find a siphon present at your table when dining out. Okay, so it's sparkling water that they give you with meals. That makes sense. Argentina was the first country in South America to legalize gay marriage. Very cool. Argentinians are Italians who speak Spanish but think they are French. At least that's a well-known Argentine saying. The country is famously a melting pot of many different cultures due to Spanish colonization and subsequent mass immigration. During that time, only the USA received more immigrants. I'll be honest, I did not know that Argentina had so much foreign and European influence. That's very interesting. Okay, so now we are moving on to trivia questions. So I hope you were listening. It might help you out. So let's get started with easy trivia questions. Number 1. What is the capital of Argentina? The answer is Buenos Aires. Number 2. What is the currency used in Argentina? The answer is the Argentine peso. Number 3. How many countries share a land border with Argentina? Bonus points if you can name them. The answer is 5. They are Chile, Bolivia, Paraguay, Brazil, and Uruguay. Number 4. Which ocean borders Argentina to the east? The answer is the Atlantic. Number 5. What are the largest waterfalls in Argentina? The answer is the Iguazu Falls. Number 6. What type of tea is the national drink of Argentina? is the highest mountain in Argentina? The answer is Aconcagua. Probably not saying that right. Number 8. What is the capital of Tierra del Fuego? The answer is Ushuaia. I think that's like the southernmost city in South America. Or in the world. I don't know. Number 9. What is the longest river in Argentina? The answer is the Parana. And number 10. What Argentinian dance is used in the English expression, "It takes two to blank"? The answer is tango. Number 11. When did Argentina win its first FIFA World Cup? The answer is 1978. Number 12. What is the most produced type of wine in Argentina? The answer is Malbec. Number 13. How many national parks are there in Argentina? The answer is 35. Interesting. Number 14. In what year did Argentina gain independence? The answer is 1816. Number 15. Who became the president of Argentina in 1946? The answer is Juan Perón. Alright, these are medium Argentina trivia questions, so I guess those were supposed to be easy, and these are medium. Number 1. How are Las Islas Malvinas called in English? The answer is the Falkland Islands. Number 2. Which symbol is in the middle of the Argentinian flag? The answer is the Son of May. Number 3. Which European football club was Lionel Messi transferred to in 2021? The answer is Paris Saint-Germain. Number 4. Which animal is associated with a gaucho? The answer is a horse. Number 4 or 5. Hold on. I think it's number 4. Which sport is Juan Martin del Potro known for? The answer is tennis. Number 5. Name the 4 regions of Argentina. The answers are the Andes, the was Diego Maradona when he was playing for Napoli? The answer is 10. Number 7. Who was the first woman to become president of Argentina? The answer is Isabel Perón. Number 8. Who was the Prime Minister of the UK during the Falklands War? The answer is Margaret Thatcher. Number 9. What is the meaning of the name Argentina? The answer is Land of Silver. Okay, I found a few more questions. It's kind of hard to find like good trivia questions on individual countries, but I have a few more. Number 1. Estuary between Argentina and Uruguay. The answer is the Rio de la Plata. Number 2. What is the mountain range in which Argentina's largest mountain is located? The answer is the Andes. Number 3. What is the name of the Pope born in Argentina? The answer is Francis. Number 4. In what place does Argentina rank as largest countries in the world by area? The answer is 8th. And number 5. What is the Argentinian style of barbecue? The answer is asado. Alright, it was very hard to find trivia questions, so I'm kind of worried about like smaller countries that people don't really know about, like if I'll be able to find questions. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. I hope you enjoyed the questions. Let me know how many you got right. If you learned something about Argentina, I definitely did. I thought it was very interesting. But yeah, so I will see you in my next video. Let me know what country to do next. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.